If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, then you'll know that critical thinking and good critical discourse is something which I continually strive to promote. And so with that in mind, I thought it would be a good idea to highlight a few of my favourite reviewers and analysts from the WhoTuber community, with the hope that you will enjoy their content as well if you've not seen it already. Now, if you've come here from my criticism of Doctor Who Without Bigotry Twitter account, then first of all, welcome to my channel. Things tend to be a lot more opinionated around here, so you can expect these to genuinely be my own personal recommendations. It seems only fitting to start out with MrTARDIS, as he's probably the WhoTuber I've been watching the longest out of any of them. He's been active on his channel on and off since the early 2010s, between pursuing a career in the TV industry. Back in those days, he was making the same sort of content almost every budding reviewer was on the platform at that time, with irrational outbursts of anger and extended skits about exploding jelly babies. Since then, though, he has matured and mellowed out an awful lot and is able to provide a unique perspective due to his professional experience in the industry, which, let's face it, most of us don't have, as much as we'd all like to think we'd be a 10 times better showrunner than Chris Chibnall. If you want to get into MrTARDIS, I'd recommend his Trip of a Lifetime series, which has just come out, or either of his Daleksember or Cybersember videos as a starting point. All three of these series are notable for having an exceptionally long lead time by YouTube standards. This is in order to allow him time to deal with the BBC's fraudulent copyright claims and ensure that the videos are monetized. But having worked on TV shows that are produced many months in advance, the concept is far from alien to him. If Doctor Who spin-off media is your thing, then Davis has about got you covered. His knowledge of Doctor Who novels, comics, audio dramas and other obscure bits of media is seemingly endless, and he used that knowledge to create his Broke Canon series, which explores the countless ways in which Doctor Who continuity has irreconcilably contradicted itself over the years, in the process highlighting how absurd it is when NMDs and fans who should really know better obsess over canon and get upset when any new piece of media contradicts what they perceive as the established timeline. The thing to remember about that established timeline is it's not real. It's an artificial construction that has been messily formed over the best part of 6 decades with little coordination, and considering most of it is the product of cishet white men, I'd argue it's healthy and even necessary to deconstruct and tear it apart every once in a while. Anyway, I'm getting off track now, but the point is canon isn't the rigid concept a lot of people like to think of it as, and once you realise that Earth has made first contact with aliens several different times and every famous historical figure has multiple incarnations of the Doctor queuing up to meet them, it really puts things in perspective. If you're more into review style content, then I also recommend Davis's best and worst rankings for each Doctor, which also draw quite extensively on his knowledge of spin-off media. Council of Geeks is an interesting one, since her style of content is very easy to do badly. Most of her videos are recorded all in one take directly to camera with few if any visual aids and are only loosely scripted. I always feel like these sort of creators fuel the Dunning-Kruger effect, since a lot of new YouTubers or vloggers starting out think that they can ramble into a camera for 10 or 20 minutes with the same low production values and it automatically be entertaining. Of course, this overlooks the fact that the reason why Council of Geeks is able to make this type of content work is because she is so good at articulating. I know if I tried to make content in that style, it probably wouldn't work so well. There's a reason my videos are so tightly scripted. Being able to express your opinions on the spot without stumbling over your words or repeating yourself is a skill, and whether it's media or LGBTQ+ issues or other social topics, you can pretty much always rely on Council of Geeks to provide something informative and thought-provoking. As far as Doctor Who stuff goes, she's now reviewed every episode of the modern era to my knowledge, so you can just dive in wherever you like, and she's also done a few Patreon requested reviews of classic era stories. If you do find yourself watching and enjoying Council of Geeks, then do make sure you head over to the Break Room of Geeks channel as well. I wasn't subscribed over there for a long time and was missing out on a lot of good content as a result. Adam Martyn, or AMTV, has a reputation for being one of the nicest people in the WhoTube community, having participated in numerous collab projects and hosted a podcast which has had many guests, including all of the names I've mentioned so far in this video. As far as his own content goes, a good place to start is his series charting the history of Doctor Who viewing figures over the years. Thanks to NMDs and sensationalist newspapers, Doctor Who ratings have received a great deal of attention in recent times, but rather than responding or attempting to engage with NMDs on the subject, which I've largely always considered to be a pretty fruitless and unproductive exercise, Adam Martyn instead took the opportunity to create a genuinely insightful series on a topical subject matter. The videos are a hybrid of documentary-style content and critique, as Adam will present the viewing figures for each story along with trivia such as what other programs each episode went up against and other factors that might have affected the ratings, before giving his own opinion on the story in question. It's good stuff, go watch it. Stubagful is one of those rare creators where he could make a video on just about any subject matter whatsoever and I'd still watch it, and I'd still get something out of it. You may notice I've referred to him as a secondary source in my own essays on more than one occasion, and it's because generally any time I watch Stubagful I'm always left with something to think about, like how bold and committed the writers were when they introduced Colin Baker's unstable doctor in the Twin Dilemma, even if that commitment was utterly misplaced. Like many others, Stuart has become somewhat jaded with the current state of the show, but his recent videos on what he refers to as the shit canon era of classic Doctor Who are well worth checking out. He also recorded a 2-hour-long conversation with Rob Shearman, the writer best known for his work on 50s rural comedy drama series Born and Bred. He's also done some more obscure stuff you may or may not have heard of. Honestly, I could keep going with this. There are still plenty more Doctor Who reviews I'd recommend, but I don't want this video to be overly long. If we can get the video up to, let's say, 40 likes, then I'll make a follow-up. In the meantime, don't forget to check out all of today's creators. I'll link to their channels in the description. I'm Midnight, and I travel in time and space. And trains. Being able to express your opinions on the spot without stumbling over your words or repeating yourself is a Being able to express your opinions on the spot without stumbling over your words or repeating yourself is a skill, and whether it's media or